Hello friends, this is Olga. Today we're back in my kitchen making trubochki. These are iconic Russian desserts. They look so elegant and beautiful. Our American friends have lovingly called these the Russian cannoli. These golden and really crisp waffle-like cookies are rolled up into a cylinder, and then it's filled with a creamy, caramelly filling. At least that's what I think it tastes like. It's a really great combination. I'm gonna start out by making the batter. There's just a few ingredients here. You probably have them in your kitchen already. And make sure that the eggs are at room temperature, so take them out before you start. That way they get a chance to acclimate and become a little bit warmer. And then I also start out by melting the butter and setting it aside to cool off a little bit, because you don't want to pour in really hot butter into the batter. So first we're going to add the eggs right into the standing mixer. You can use a hand mixer as well. Then gradually pour in the sugar and keep mixing for about 5 minutes until it's really fluffy and looks pale yellow, almost white. Now we're going to add in the butter and the vanilla and mix it again until it's combined. We're just about done, and now we're going to add in the flour and the salt, and that's it. Mix it up and the batter is done. Just a sprinkling of salt. Scrape down the sides and the bottom of the bowl just to make sure you incorporated all of the flour. And at this point the batter is on the thinner side, but it will get a little bit thicker as the flour absorbs into the batter. But this is the consistency that you're looking for. Unlike most desserts, trubochki are not baked in the oven. They're made on a special waffle iron, and I know that there are specific ones made for trubochki, but what I've been using for the past 8 to 10 years is this pizzelle baker, and it's essentially made for Italian pastries called pizzelles, but it works really well for trubochki too, and I love the way it looks. It has a really pretty design. And all you have to do is turn it on. There's a light that will turn on when the waffle iron is ready. It's just like making waffles. When it's ready, open it up, and you don't even need to grease it. Just put the batter into the center, slightly above the center, on both sides. These scoops are very convenient. Close it up and wait for it to finish cooking. Just keep an eye on them. Peek in every so often to see how it looks inside. The trubochki will usually be fused together in the center. Just take a butter knife and separate them. If a little batter comes out of the side, just scrape it off with your butter knife, no big deal. This is a good time to turn on a good podcast, an audiobook, or maybe even a movie, because you're going to be here for a little bit. It doesn't actually take all that long, but prepare yourself so you don't get too bored. As soon as the trubochki bake, you need to be ready to roll them up right away. They are going to be hot, so if you've never done this before, you might want to use gloves. But you need to do this right away, because if you wait too long, they get cold, they're going to break, and they won't roll up. You can buy special cylinders that are specifically made for things like this, but I use something else. Markers. They're cheap. I had them at home, and I just make sure they're clean and I use them. It only takes about 2 minutes to cook them, sometimes less. It depends on your pizzelle baker. Open them up and take a look inside, see the color. If it needs to be cooked more, close it up, and just go for the color that you like. If you like them a little more brown, bake them until they're a little more brown. If you like them more on the pale side, take them off earlier. It's up to you. Once you do them a few times, you'll get the hang of it, and you'll know when it's time to open it up and take them off. excess batter that baked up is really easy to just break off and make it a little neater. You can do it with your fingers, with a pair of scissors, or just keep it the way it is. The filling that I use for trubochki is so creamy, smooth, it tastes like caramel, and it's made with cream cheese, a bit of butter, and cooked sweetened condensed milk. It's also known as Dulce De Leche, if that's how it's pronounced. I never know how to pronounce this. But here in Florida, Dulce De Leche is sold in almost all grocery stores, which is very convenient, but you can also make it yourself by cooking sweetened condensed milk. You can use your Instant Pot to do this. I have a recipe for that on my website. Or you can use a slow cooker or just do it on your stove top. All of the ingredients for the filling need to be at room temperature. Place the cream cheese and butter into a large bowl and use the paddle attachment to mix them together until they're evenly combined. Of course, you can use your hand mixer for this too. When the cream cheese and butter are mixed evenly, add the Dulce De Leche and mix again until it all comes together and looks smooth. The Dulce De Leche is really thick, it's rich and smooth. Like I said, it tastes like caramel, and when you pair it with the cream cheese, it really cuts down on the sweetness, which is great because I think it's too sweet on its own. Scrape down the bottom and the sides of the bowl so that you make sure everything is evenly mixed. It's nice and thick, it's not runny at all. If yours is too thick, then you can also whip up a little bit of cream and fold it in gently, and that way it'll loosen it up just a little bit and make it a little fluffier too. Hi guys, I had to take a bit of a break here. Josh woke up from his nap, so took a little time to get him situated. Now they're gonna, oh Nathaniel, you're gonna get to lick this too. You're gonna lick the spoon, look. Okay, so I'm going to transfer this filling into a large pastry bag and start filling up the trubochki. You can make the frosting in advance and just keep it in your refrigerator. Don't fill the trubochki until you're ready to serve them. As soon as they have the filling in them, they're going to start to get soft. So if you want them to stay crunchy and nice and crisp, then wait until you're ready to serve them and fill them up then. Okay, Nathaniel, now your turn to lick. Is it good? Mm-hmm. Yummy. Now I'm going to take each trubochka and just fill this opening up. Insert the tip right into the center and fill the opening all the way till it comes out to the side, and then finish filling from the other side. You see, it's almost filled to the other side. I just wanted to show you really quickly how crisp and crunchy these are, and they're gonna stay this way as long as you don't fill them. And I keep them at room temperature in a box, so don't close it up tightly with like plastic wrap, just close it loosely. If you close it up too tightly, it's gonna soften too. So anyway, look at how crisp these are.
Mama, no, Mama. So
So crunchy.